Do you feel it? The background hum of anxiety in modern life? The constant pressure of the digital crowd? The pull of 1,000 notifications? The feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed, running on a treadmill of outrage and desire, but never arriving at peace? We chase happiness in promotions, in possessions, in the validation of strangers on a screen, only to find ourselves empty, tired, and feeling powerless against the chaos of the world. This is the great deception of our time. We have been taught to seek tranquility in everything but the one place it can actually be found. The problem isn't the world around you. The problem is the disordered state of the world within you. You have given control of your inner peace to outer circumstances, and in doing so, have become a slave to every event, every opinion, and every algorithm. But what if I told you there was a way to reclaim your sovereignty? A timeless operating system for the human mind, forged not in a Silicon Valley garage, but in the heart of the Roman Empire by one of its greatest emperors. A man who commanded legions and ruled a quarter of the world's population, yet whose greatest battles were fought within the confines of his own mind. Today, you will learn to speak, think, and act like Marcus Aurelius in modern times, not by quoting his words, but by living his principles. You will learn to find strength, purpose, and an unshakable tranquility, not by bending the world to your will, but by mastering the inner citadel of your own mind. Principle 1. Build your inner citadel. The first and most fundamental principle is this: you must understand the stark difference between what you control and what you do not. Your anxiety, your frustration, your suffering, almost all of it comes from a single, catastrophic error, trying to control what is not yours to control. You do not control the economy, the traffic, the weather, or the stock market. You do not control what other people think of you, say about you, or do to you. You do not even have absolute control over your own body, which can get sick, or your reputation, which can be slandered. Attempting to manage these things is like trying to command the tides. It is a recipe for madness. So, what do you control? A very small, but infinitely powerful domain. You control your thoughts. Q, control your judgments about the things that happen. Q, you control the principles you choose to live by. You control your response. This is your inner citadel, the only fortress that can never be breached by outside forces. Think of your mind as a smartphone. You cannot control the global network, the endless stream of news, opinions, and events. It will always be chaotic, but you have absolute control over which apps you install and which notifications you allow. Your judgments are your apps. Your reactions are your notifications. Why? Do you allow every random event in the world to send a push notification of panic directly to your soul? Why do you have an app installed called the Opinion of Strangers that has permission to drain your battery at will? The modern Stoic practices a ruthless digital hygiene of the mind. They stop focusing their energy on the chaotic external network and turn their attention inward to curating their own operating system. They understand that nothing outside of them can harm their inner character unless they consent to it. A layoff cannot harm your character. A rude comment cannot harm your character. A market crash cannot harm your character. Only your own responsive response of despair, of rage, of fear can do that. Draw 2 circles on a piece of paper, one inside the other. In the inner circle, write down the things you truly control. My effort today, my attitude, my response to a difficult colleague, the principles I follow. In the outer circle, write what you don't control, the outcome of my effort, my colleague's mood, whether people like my work. Focus all your energy, all your concern, all your work exclusively on the inner circle. Let the outer circle be. This is the beginning of peace. Principle 2. The obstacle is the way. Modern life teaches us to avoid obstacles. We seek the path of least resistance, the life hack, the shortcut. The Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius teaches the exact opposite. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts available to humanity. The things you perceive as roadblocks, a difficult project, a personal failure, a betrayal, a financial loss are not impediments to your path. They are the path. They are not blocking your growth. They are the raw material of your growth. When you face a setback, your untrained instinct is to cry out, "Why did this happen to me? This is terrible. My plan is ruined." This is the voice of suffering. It is born from fighting reality. The modern Stoic, however, asks a different set of questions. They ask, "This has happened. It is now a fact of the universe. How can I use this? What does this obstacle ask of me? What virtue can I practice in the face of this? Does it require patience, courage, forgiveness, creativity?" Imagine a software developer, let's call her Julia, who has just been laid off from her job. The common reaction is panic, anger, and despair. But Julia, practicing the Aurelian mindset, reframes it. The layoff is the obstacle, kaka. The obstacle is now the way. Her path is no longer succeed at this company, kaka. Her path is now use this unexpected freedom. The obstacle requires her to practice resilience, to update her skills, to reach out to her network, perhaps even to start the freelance business she always dreamed of. The layoff, which seemed like an end, was merely a signpost, violently redirecting her to a new and potentially better path. This is what Marcus Aurelius meant by amor fati, a love of one's fate. It is not a passive resignation. It is an active, joyful acceptance that everything that happens, the good and the bad, is a necessary and useful part of your journey. You stop being a victim of your life story and become its author, using every plot twist to build a more compelling character. The next time you face a frustration or a setback, no matter how small, a missed train, a critical email, a failed attempt, forbid yourself from complaining. Instead, force yourself to ask the question, how can I use this? Find one small way the obstacle can serve you. This practice transforms you from a reactor into an alchemist, turning the lead of misfortune into the gold of virtue. Principle 3. Live with the end in mind. In our culture, death is a taboo. We hide it away. We speak of it in whispers. We live as though we have an infinite amount of time, and as a result, we waste it. We squander our days on trivialities, on procrastination, on pointless arguments, on nursing grudges. Marcus Aurelius and all the Stoics practiced the opposite. They constantly meditated on their own mortality. Memento mori, remember, you will die. This was not to be morbid or depressing. It was to be invigorating. The constant awareness of death is the secret to a life of purpose and urgency. Think of your time not as an endless ocean, but as a small bag of gold coins. It is all you have. Every hour you spend doom scrolling. Every day you spend worrying about what others think. Every week you put off your most important work. You are taking one of your precious coins and tossing it into the void. Is this the exchange you want to make? The thought of your death is the ultimate filter, clarifies what truly matters. The social snub, the corporate politics, the desire for a fancier car, these things wither into insignificance when held against the backdrop of your finite existence. The fear of failure, the fear of what they will think, these to become smaller when you realize that soon you and they will both be dust. Living with the end in mind doesn't mean being reckless. It means being focused. It means your actions today are the only legacy you can truly build. It means treating every moment as a gift, because it is. It means not saving your best self for some imagined future, but bringing it to the present, because the present is all you are guaranteed. Implement the deathbed test. The next time you are agonizing over a decision or caught up in a petty worry, ask yourself this powerful question. On the last day of my life, will I be glad that I dedicated my time and energy to this? Let this question be your North Star. Let it guide you back to what is truly essential: your character, your relationships, your contribution to the world. Principle 4. Rehearse for trouble. Most of our suffering comes not from events themselves, but from our shock and surprise at them. We expect our days to go smoothly, and so when trouble inevitably arrives, we are shattered. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This is the art of negative visualization. It is deliberately rehearsing for trouble so that when it comes, it is met not with panic, but with a calm, prepared mind. A pessimist expects things to go wrong and despairs. A Stoic considers that things might go wrong and prepares. There is a world of difference. The Stoic is like a fire department. They don't want the fire to happen, but they run drills every single day so that if it does, their response is automatic, efficient, and calm. How does this look in modern life? When you wake up, take 2 minutes. Don't check your phone. Instead, rehearse the day ahead. Consider what might go wrong. The Wi-Fi might die right before your huge presentation. A client might be furious about a mistake. Someone might cut you off in traffic and send you into a rage. Visualize these things happening. Then, visualize yourself responding not with your usual knee-jerk reaction, but with Stoic virtue. See yourself responding to the Wi-Fi failure with calm problem-solving, not panic. See yourself meeting the client's anger with patience and justice, not defensiveness. See yourself letting the bad driver go without a second thought, protecting your inner peace. You are preloading your desired response. You are robbing future troubles of their power of shock. When one of these events actually occurs later in the day, your mind thinks, yes, I have drilled for this scenario. You have turned a potential moment of crisis into a planned-for problem. Make this your morning ritual. Before engaging with the world, take 1 minute to visualize one potential challenge in your day ahead. Then, visualize yourself meeting that challenge with reason, calm, and virtue. You are not inviting trouble. You are training to be its master. Principle 5. Take the view from above. Our anxieties and worries often feel enormous because our perspective is too small. We are trapped in the tiny theater of our own lives, where every small drama feels like a Shakespearean tragedy. Marcus Aurelius practiced a powerful meditation to combat this. The view from above. It is a simple, yet profound, visualization. You imagine yourself floating up out of your body. You see yourself in your room. Then you rise higher, seeing your house, your neighborhood, your city. You keep rising, seeing your country as a patch on the globe, then the entire earth, a beautiful, silent, blue marble suspended in the vast, star-dusted blackness of space. From this vantage point, see the sweep of time. See the Roman Empire. See the Middle Ages. See the great churn of civilizations rising and falling. See the billions of lives that have come and gone. Hold this immense perspective in your mind. From this cosmic perch, look back down at the problem that was consuming you a moment ago. That passive-aggressive email from a colleague, that fear of public speaking, that worry about a bill. See it from the view from above. See how it shrinks to its proper, almost invisible size against the vast backdrop of space and time. This is not to say your problems are not real. 'Tis to say they are not as all-consuming as your mind makes them out to be. This practice drains the drama from your difficulties. It restores perspective. It reminds you that your life is but a brief flicker in an immense universe, and that spending this precious flicker consumed by petty anger or anxiety is a profound waste. The next time you feel overwhelmed by a problem, close your eyes for 60 seconds. Perform this visualization. Float up. See the earth. See all of time. Then look back at your problem. Feel it shrink. Use this perspective to return to your day with a calmer, wider, more resilient mind. Principle 6. Character is the only prize in our world. Success is measured by externals. Your job title, the size of your bank account, the number of your followers, the prestige of your possessions. The Stoics would call this a catastrophic error in judgment. They argued that there is only one true good, one ultimate prize in life, virtue. Cultivating a character of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Everything else, wealth, health, reputation, pleasure, what they called preferred indifference. It's nice to have them, but they have no bearing on your worth as a human being and are not essential for a good, tranquil life, because all of them can be taken from you in an instant. Your wealth can be lost. Your health can fail. Your reputation can be destroyed. But your character, that is the one thing you forge yourself, the one thing that is entirely yours, the one thing that no one can ever take from you. This means you must redefine what a good day is. A good day is not one where you got a promotion or received a compliment. A good day is one where you acted with virtue. A win isn't closing a big deal. A win is acting with courage when you were afraid. A win is choosing to be honest when a lie was easier. A win is showing patience when you were consumed with frustration. A win is being just and fair to someone, even when you could have gotten away with less. When you shift your focus from collecting external prizes to collecting these character wins, your life changes. You are no longer on the hedonic treadmill, always needing more to feel happy. Your sense of self-worth becomes internal, stable, and unshakable. You are building a fortune that can never be lost in any market crash. At the end of your day today, instead of judging it by what you accomplished, review it through the lens of the 4 virtues. Ask yourself, where did I act with wisdom? Where did I act with courage? Where did I act with justice? Where did I act with temperance? And where did I fall short? This simple evening review shifts your focus from what you have to who you are. Final thoughts. Your inner emperor. We have explored the ancient operating system of a Roman emperor. We have learned to build a fortress in our minds, to see obstacles as the way, to live with urgency, to rehearse for trouble, to find cosmic perspective, and to understand that character is the only prize worth winning. This is not a philosophy of passive acceptance. It is a philosophy of action, resilience, and inner power. It is the training manual for becoming the emperor of your own inner world, a ruler who is not swayed by the gossip of the court, the roar of the mob, or the threat of invading armies. A ruler who is guided by reason, purpose, and an unbreakable inner peace. Your practice begins not tomorrow, but now, with your very next reaction. When an event occurs today that would normally trigger your anger, your anxiety, or your despair, I want you to conduct the Stoic pause. Take one breath, and in that space, ask the question Marcus Aurelius asked himself 1,000 times. Does this external event prevent me from acting with justice, with courage, with wisdom, with temperance right now? If the answer is no and it is always no, then it has not truly harmed you. In that moment, you have a choice. Choose to be unharmed. The world will always be chaotic. The news will always be alarming. People will always be unpredictable. Let them be. Your task is not to calm the storm outside. Your task is to find the unshakable stillness within. Build your citadel. Your reign begins now.